Hey everybody, it's Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard of Codeless Test Automation with AI. And we're starting up one more time to try and complete what we had initially started yesterday. Yesterday, I was talking a little bit about, some different tools and the checkboxes that you should have when you're looking to consider different tools. My plan yesterday was to take a look at Autonomous by Applitools, and I got about 10 minutes into it to a point where I was saying, hey, by the way, Paulie's looking for a new job. And I had actually gotten a message right at that moment that said, hey, call us immediately. We want to talk to you. And basically, the rest of my afternoon was trashed. So anyway, we're going to try this one more time. Just a reminder, I just wrote down a whole bunch of different notes on my little book over here, if you can see that, which talks a little bit about what you should be looking for with an automation tool. And I've made friends in a lot of the whole industry, so there are a lot of tools that are available to me. And I'm going to be trying to do more of these live streams and talk about what tools, what they have. Hopefully, every one of them hits the check marks, and see where they go, see what their accuracy is, see how their AI implementation is. So this is going to be divided into two parts. Part one is the basics, all right? Things that we need, but it's all the same 9 or 10 different areas. So on the basics, you need to be able to do the basics, the basic actions. You need to navigate to a website, click on an element, enter some text into a field, assert some validations there, select something from a drop-down list. Now, I know there's a lot more behind that, but that's just your basic element over there. When you get into the advanced version of that, we're looking for accuracy. We want to make sure that we are not interacting with an element that is underneath a pop-up modal or toast message that is blocking it. We want to be able to collect multiple elements and parse through them to go and find the exact one that we're looking for. And we also want to look at palmless design. If we're working in a coded tool like Playwright or Selenium, palmless design means we're not doing the page object model. What we are doing is we're going to try and find, excuse me, we're going to try and find elements that match to those actions we just mentioned earlier, the basic actions. So if you're going to do a click, you inherently know you're not looking for a list. Most likely you're not looking for a list. You're not looking for an enter field. You're doing a click, you're doing one of two things, or possibly three. One, you're clicking a link or you're clicking a button. So if you have a click on a link or a button, then you can go and say, okay, I'm going to narrow this down just to one particular object. And guess what? I got one viewer over there on Twitch. Thank you very much. Twitch, it's usually an AI that kind of watches me the entire time. So whoever's on Twitch, by the way, I always do turn on my comments. So if you're watching out there, please drop a message, make a chat, and you can chat over here. In fact, I'm going to say chat, and we'll get back to this topic in just a minute. Just give me a moment. Chat with Paulie live. Now, why do I call myself, why is it Paulie? Like, hey, why Paulie? And that's the term I use when I've probably done something stupid. So doing these live things are a challenge and kind of stupid, but I love jumping into a challenge and doing something stupid. So if you're looking for someone who is, not afraid to go out and, bang a few trees, knock a few apples out of the tree, and make up his own sayings, then I'm probably the guy that you want. All right. So as I was saying, the basics. If you're trying to click on something, or I should say the advanced, is doing page object model, but you're doing it palmless, you should be able to do something as simple as click, add to cart, where click tells you, hey, I'm looking for either a link or a button. I don't need to look for an input field or any other sort of element. It's just a link or a button or something that appears that way or something that matches the text, like add to cart, that I can go and click on it, right? If we want to enter text, well, we're not looking for a link or a button or a list. We might be looking for a combo for an input field or a combo box are the two inputs that I can think of. Oh, and an input field and a multi-line input field. So those are the three elements you're looking for. You're looking for some combo. So that's the basic and the advanced versions of in a test automation challenge. We also have different elements. Your basic elements are checkbox, lists, radio buttons, a standard button, a combo box, and a link. Those are the things I'm looking for. But if you're looking for an advanced one, you're looking at advanced. Well, you're looking for objects like a table with a cell and a row and a column, and fake combo boxes, which is essentially a drop-down list with an input field put on top of it that most tools just don't know how to interact with. You also want to be able to locate relative element location. This is the advanced elements. Find something next to something. Find a checkbox next to overnight or express or second day. If you're looking for, also you want to be able to interact with elements that are inside of Shadow DOM or an iframe. That's the advanced side that you want to do on that. Next area is assertions. Well, typically the default is a hard assertion. I'm not a fan of that. I prefer soft assertions, but that's on the advanced side. You want to make sure an element exists, is enabled, is visible, or contains something that is in the field. I'm going to put on contains because I mentioned it yesterday. Next, but on the hard side, it's doing soft. Well, a soft asserts is a hard. It's the advanced version. Soft asserts means that if your test executes, but it fails, it continues on as far as it can until maybe hits a button or an element that doesn't exist. So soft assert means I want if I'm checking 5 different fields, I'm checking all the fields for an address. I want to validate them all. I don't want to just sit there and go, okay, the first name was wrong and stop the test because there's nothing else we need to see here. You want to continue on. Hey, I got a second viewer over there. I want to welcome you over here. Thank you for watching from YouTube. And just a reminder, I have doing this live. We are working on using an automation script. And because you have come in the middle of this, I'm going to go jump right into the stage over here and show you what I'm working on. No, I'm not. They left. So I am going to go back to this, talking a little bit more about what we are doing here. The advanced assertions, soft assert. We should be able to have the object scroll into view. If we're going to insert it, it should be actually in a screen capture if we're capturing a movie. Maybe verify something contains something inside of an image using AI, and case insensitive and substring matches. Next thing you want to do is weights, the weight level. The easy weight level, the basic is a hard-coded weight, but I only say that because you shouldn't have hardly any. There is one case where I can think of where you want a hard-coded weight, and that's when you're in a loop, and it's less than 1,000 milliseconds. It's less than 1 second. You're having a loop, and you're counting up the elements on the page to see if the next loop through, after you have a hard-coded weight of 333 milliseconds, that's a third of a second, has the same count of elements. And then you do it one more time. That gets you out to 666 milliseconds. And in the course of all of this, if you get a total of the same count of elements, there's a good chance that your page is built. But if it changes, then you start all over again at the top and count the elements again after 333 milliseconds wait. And if you get all 3 the same count, then it's a good chance that you are good. But that's an advanced theory of working with weights. So that's a dynamic weight. So a hard-coded weight, a dynamic weight, that's actually in the basics. When you get into something a little bit more trickier, you want to be able to watch for spinners. You want to check the page state is ready. You want to look for the term loading, see if there's any loading text that's under, or a please wait, or whatever it is that you've got as a spinner that you're going to have to build into your framework. Next level is class and attributes. You should be able to pull in the basics your text out of an attribute, the ID, the name, and of course the tag. Tag being the class of whatever it is you're looking for, an anchor, a link, a button, an input field. In the advanced side of class and attributes, you're looking for case-sensitive matches or substring matches and inner text that you're going to be able to pull. Now we're going to our next level, 1, 2, 3, this is our 6th level, organization. Your test cases need to be able to be organized in a way that you can execute certain test cases in a certain way, especially if you have a whole lot of test cases, you have a regression test and it takes hours to complete. Well, the first thing you want to do is be able to narrow those down to your smoke test, which is about 10% of your test cases. Smoke test, you just, if you have 100 test cases, you want to have one that's going to be your smoke test. Now that's 1%, 10%, 10%. You have 10 that are going to be your smoke test out of 100. So our math right there, Polly. Then you have your sanity check, which is another 20% in the same areas, just overall from login to search to completing an order. A little bit more complex in there. 20%, and the rest of it, everything else, is your regression test. So if your smoke passes or fails, your sanity starts to fail, you already know you've got a problem over there. The other organization is the other way around, is by functionality or feature, which is that's the advanced version. So let's say I only want to touch searching. I only want to test credit cards. All those areas should be able to be tested independently, not just I'm going to run the whole regression test and maybe in a few hours I'll get the answers to find out what areas are having problems. It's prioritization and optimization so that you're testing the right stuff. The next thing is you want to have speed. At the basics, you should be able to run your test cases in parallel. When I'm running it in parallel, I'm also, if I'm the advanced version, we should be able to highlight elements very quickly. We should be able to override how long the test case takes to for a limit, like in Playwright. Playwright has 30 second, 60 second default for a test case. If it doesn't finish in 60 seconds, you're out. But you should be able to override that. Not only that, override the time it takes for a validation to complete. And then you've got screen captures and video and running your tests in the cloud or in different operating systems, different browsers. That's all the advanced stuff. Start with the basics. Make sure it runs on Chrome, the most popular browser that's out there. And then you can move on to the other browsers, Opera and Edge and Firefox, that stuff there. And if there's specific types of testing that you need to do, like Opera or something, or Tor, or a little bit more niche browsers that are out there. Excuse me. Oh, we only got 2 more to go. One is the data. Your test should be able to, well, obviously use hard-coded data, but if it's being reused all over the place, you don't want to have it hard-coded. You want to have it stored somewhere. So you need to have variables. You need to be able to pick them up, reuse them, and you also want to have secured variables. So I put this on the basics. If you got a password, that password should not be seen anywhere in your output. And then the data, is it shared among different test cases? Is one setting something up and passing to another one to use? Is the data being used to mark off which test cases, what records are currently locked and have a test pause before it gets to the next one, so they don't bump into each other and have a race condition and one fails the other one or it fails this one. You want to be able to have some sort of control over the execution there when you're using data and if it's shared, how does it get shared? Is it shared from step to step in a single test case, or can the data be shared between one test and another test while it's in there? And lastly, customization. Oh wait, the data, dynamic data, and a date is a dynamic data. Like I need to have a date that is 3 days ahead or 3 days behind. Last thing is customization, stuff that just ain't built into the framework as of yet, and that is one, having a code language that you can work with and interact with. So code language, Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, whatever that happens to be. And you want to see how, if your variables are getting generated. Now, the code customization, that's on the basic side, but on the advanced side, you want to be able to know if you are inside of a browser and you're executing JavaScript and you happen to generate a variable that you need to return, how do you get it back into your original framework? So in and out like that. All right, now I've been talking for quite a while here, explaining the plan. Well, let's go to the plan. I'm going to bring up my browser over here, and we're going to go, I think we'll go full screen. I think we'll. So I'm going to add my mic here. I believe the last few seconds I may have been muted. So what I wanted to do is go do this instead. Okay, now I've got it. I'm sorry. Let me repeat that. I made this a little bit larger. This is Applitools by Autonomous. And pull this down over here. And we're going to go and do something different. Last time we did this, we were working with the Candy Mapper website. That's a GoDaddy and Wix version that we interact with. But right now we're going to go and let's say we're going to go to something real like Best Buy. I like bestbuy.com, and I could navigate to bestbuy.com. I've got a lot of different things over here. I can go and do searches. There are objects that may want to hit over here. This seems to be off screen. Let's see, what else can we do? What other elements? I might want to click an image. That usually brings me back to the home. What else do we have over here? I've got a drop down. I don't think it's going to say, hi, Paul, blah, 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 because I'll be logging in as my own personal user, as an unknown user. Let's see. I would want to find elements that are off the screen and interact with them and check that they are there. Probably right after I do a search. If I do laptop, can I input values in there? Can I select a specific item? Let's say this Dell. All right, there's a Dell. There are buttons that will allow me to go back and forth. And there's also images on the screen I could validate. There's text that's up here. Here's an interesting thing. This text, look at this. Now this I can highlight. Can I highlight this? Oh, it actually took a few seconds because at first it would not let me highlight this. So we might want to take a look at all of that. These elements, are they easy to interact with? How well can we get to them? I'm looking for a few other things, like maybe a checkbox. Maybe I'll add to cart, and I'll do an add to cart. There are multiple add to carts, so we want to be able to do relative element location over here to go find those. If I click on my cart, I bet you there's going to be some stuff over here. There's an order status. I could go and check this out, and we could save for later. I could remove this. I could say, here's a drop-down list, 1 or 2. I might want to interact with this because it's limited to 2. So getting some of this RAM over here, $647 for 32 gigabytes of RAM. Ooh, yeah. Maybe I'll save that for later. I could also click and undo. I can do a refresh. All right. Special offers. These are all links. What else do we have over here that we could interact with? Well, we'll have to go and take a look. See, I just heard a ding, but I don't think that has to do with me. All right. So we've got all of cool things to interact with. Let's go over to Autonomous. I'm going to go back over to Best Buy. We'll go do this. And we'll just kind of navigate around, see what we can interact with, see if we, oh, look at this. There's a special offer here. And special offer goes away. So this is not good for a modal overlay check, because if you click on something, it automatically gives you the focus. So I'm going to go back and we go to the home. And there's activate a special order. We'll see about that. But we're going to go over here to these tests. So I'm on a trial plan. I'm going to go create a new test. I'm going to do a custom flow. There are two other ones that are in there. Let's see what else we can do over here. So the test name is going to be Best Buy. We'll call it Best Buy. I'll give it the URL. You can see that there are indicators here of what's required. We have a viewport, different types of viewports. You can do a desktop, a tablet, or a mobile viewport, or you can create your own custom view. That's a nice item. I didn't even have that listed on my list over here. And a description, basic. Let's see, objects and validations. So we're looking for just the basic objects and the basic validations on there. We have different plans. I have a candy mapper. I'm going to create a new plan over here. We'll call this Best Buy. All right. We don't have it scheduled. It doesn't repeat, so that's okay. But you can do scheduling. I like that. So it'll cost another checkbox off of that. So we've created a plan. Oh, I misspelled it. Ooh, can I change the name? Everybody makes mistakes. Here's Best Buy. Are you sure? It says leaving this page without savings. Click create to keep your changes. Click create. We will create this, and then we'll create it and run it later on. All right, so I'm going to go over to my plans. I like that. It tells us if you're about to make a mistake and gives you the option. And in fact, documents what is going to go wrong or right, or what you should do to make your decision. All right, so I've got Best Buy. I'm going to click over here by the three dots. I'm going to say edit, and it is supposed to be Best Buy, and we will update this. Okay. Now we're going to go back to. We can see that we have our application. We have my application. Interesting. Manage applications. So these are different plans which hold on to these other ones over here. Oh, there are these trial options. So free, I get autonomous test generation and embedded browser. Natural language-based test authoring, visual testing with visual AI, self-healing, cross-browser devices. Now, I don't have the starter, so I may have to request to go up to that. So we have public cloud deployment. So don't put your passwords out there if you're going to be playing around like I do. All right, I'm over here at the Best Buy plan. Tells me what the plan is. I can set a concurrency limit, how many test cases can run in parallel. I really don't know what the total is on that. But over here, we can do a schedule. However, at my Zoom, I think it is too big. So we'll go back a little bit over here. And it tells us all the different devices that I've got available. I've got Android, Safari, and Edge. And interestingly enough, I don't have Chrome. So that's an oddity in itself. But there are 3 browsers that it's working on. It's got available. Last plan run. Well, there hasn't been a plan run, so we haven't run anything. We only have 1 test. Actually, do we have 1 test? I don't think we actually have the test in there. We just created this. So I'm going to go back over to my test. We're going to go find my Best Buy. And let's see. We will add this to a flow. Okay. All right. So the next thing is I'm going to go and add some navigation over. I'm going to connect onto the live browser. Now, a lot of tools have a live browser interactive on this. A really good live browser should have the ability, I would say, to scroll. And look at this. I'm scrolling, and it's actually working. It's actually bringing stuff up. So I like that. Let's see. What's our first thing we want to do is, well, I guess we should click on something. I'm going to say, let's click on something that's off. Well, let's click on something that's on screen right now. So let's say shop now. I click on shop now. Look, it even highlights in real time what this browser is doing. Let me bring this. Can I bring this over? This says that this is draggable, but it's not. So we'll have to make note of that. All right, so it says click the shop now link. And I can actually say run this step. Now, the shop now link, is it actually there? It's not, because I think I clicked on it. But it did find it. The interesting thing is, can you highlight the shop now? Where is that actual element that we interacted with? I don't think I see it, but it is recording, so we're good there. Then I'm going to go click on the Best Buy. That's an image. So we've clicked on a link. We've clicked on an image. There are other actions that we can do, and it even tells me here are all the examples of the actions. You got user actions, which is to accept alerts. Oh, that's a good thing. And pop-up alerts. We definitely would want to do that. Refreshing the page, scrolling, anything you do with the browser. If I want to do assertions, verify that something's visible, a balance of values there, the URL, the page contains the status of the page is 401, and verify text below matches, and even uses regular expressions over here. We're gonna toss that because I want to see more examples. What else do we have here? Random data. We can generate and randomly generate text or Visa cards. And I'm sure, I'm hoping I can do more of this. Create my own custom random data generators. Over here, I've got an API call, so I can send post requests over to an item and verify the response. And I hope that there's not only just the status, but there's also other items that are coming back from that. Reusable flows, that's basically just a kind of a subroutine, but you have to go build them, and we don't really have much of subroutines over there. What else we have? We have variables. Now, I was mentioning the type of variables. We can set a ID as text to the right of a relative element location. That might be interesting. Let's try that. Let's put that in there. Set value to right of, use this ID to track your request. So we're kind of missing a quote out of this, I think. To the right of, let's say store locator. And we'll do that. That store locator, I'm going to make it capitalized first. And the name we're going to call it is cart. I'll call it my cart. Or cart text. Oh, I like cart text. They'll do my coding here. Cart text, the right of screen location. So cart text is cart. So it should be cart. So let's go. Let's go over here. Now, can I go to this? I guess I have to hit enter first. And as I hit enter, it comes back and says set cart text. Now, the interesting is where do we see what that value actually is? We need to be able to see that cart text is there. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to go and enter cart text into this. So we'll go to our next one over here. Enter cart text into search. We'll try that with a substring match for search because it actually says search Best Buy. And we'll give that a run and look at that. What does this say? Cart. Oh, cart text. It actually typed in the term cart text, but we want a variable. I'm going to guess a variable is maybe written as that. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a, let's give that a run over here. Let's click an element in the element browser saying, hey, yeah, that's the element I want. In the menu field into search. I guess menu is kind of a drop down. So let's enter cart into search. I'm going to go click over here, click over here. Interesting enough, let's see. Okay. I think I want to clear that. So let's insert a new test. Let's see, edit, view execution result. Oh, there's an execution result. Okay, there's an image. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay. View execution result. Cart name. Look at that. Variable name was cart text. We'll copy that. And cart was actually put into it. So, hey, you passed, dude. I like this. Now, how do I put a variable in here? Let's see. This is user action, a visual assertion, textual assertion, and an API. So I think our major thing is we want to know how do I do a variable in this. And I think we also want to clear that variable. So we're also going to want to add, oh, look, I just click on this and it adds add another user. I'm adding a new user over here. That looks good. So I want to clear the text below the first name. Clear the text stop. So I'm going to say clear. Now it's actually automatically kicking in, which I'm not a big fan of, and it didn't show me. Okay, now it's got it in there. So it's thinking about, oh, it actually cleared it. So click on the clear button. So it cleared it. All right, we're good on that. And then we're going to come over here and click. So cart text in, so it's, yeah, that's easy enough. This is very close to what I would do if I was coding something. So we're good. We have variables out there. I like that. Let's do a validation. We have validation. We want to click the validation, and it says, I want to click on oops. Sorry, unexpected heading has occurred. Okay, I hit the enter key, and I think that starts to kick it off. Yep, I just leave it, and it individually starts looking for, oops, sorry, something unexpected happened. Now, my interesting question is, while this is down, can I click on anything over here? And I did. All right. Now, this is telling me unable to process the sentence. Try rephrasing it. Verified that it says heading about text is visible. Let's hit that. And I'm not sure how to go back. Oh, I can just click the back button over here, can't I? All right. So we're doing some verifications, validations, some basic assertions. I haven't really gotten to most of the items yet, but this is going to fail. Now, this is setting, how long is it failing for? That's another thing. This is going to come back because it's no longer there. So it says, oh, I can't find it. How about Best Buy support? We'll call it Best Buy support. And we'll hit that enter. Verify that Wait, I actually left the quote off of that. Oh, but the AI actually fixed it. So yeah, I'll give you props for that. Bing, I like that. The AI knew what I was looking for. It did pass. Um, let's see. There is a picture of a girl over here. So we're gonna do a validation. Cannot visually check this screen. What am I visually checking it for? Full screen viewport. So it's going to do the full screen. I'm going to just say just do the viewport. I like that it gives me the option that I can do either the full screen top to bottom, because as we know, that is a very, very big page, and you could do a whole validation of that. Or you could just say, hey, whatever's in my view right now, that's what I'm looking for. And then there's like different regions. You can even get smaller than that with different elements. I like that. Cool. So we're visually checking the screen. All the basics are there. I think we're good. We're going to update and run. Now it's asking me, what do you want to run this on? Do you want to run it on a browser, on an Apple, Mac, and this? And if I do hit add, I do have Chrome. I would like to add, and that should be on Windows, which it does have. So we're going to do that. Apply and run, and we're going to see if those all run. Test was updated and is currently running. Now, where is it running? This is Candy Mapper Challenge. This does not include any screens, no screens. Plan name. So these were some of the tests I ran back in April. This is January. That's saying it's testing. Let's see. What if I clear all? Yeah, there we go. All right. Test screens. Let's take a look at what's going on. So Best Buy is currently up to step 9. Would be I wish I could see all of them, but that's okay. Our status, anything in status that is, look at this. You can turn all of this on. I guess I will clear all those. The test type, I want just custom flow because that's the kind I had. There's also a URL and a full website list. That actually is kind of advanced. Oh, and we've got a failed to capture screen. I'm a little, let me see if I can click on this. This is step 9. Let's go back to our test flow. So it failed because I was messing around. It's not anything that had to do with me. Okay, so with the actual tool. But it's good. It's actually identifying us exactly where things are going on. Look, if you click on the button, not sure why this is disabled from me. I think it just didn't test. The test did not run as a previous step failed. That's something we would have to take a look at and see, hey, I want you to try and complete the test. We'll see if that's available. So I'm going to say for the moment, it's all hard asserts. I definitely would want the option for a soft assert. To be fair, no, we are good. Because click on the clear button. There is no clear button here. There's no search button to clear out. So we are going to go back to our test. Let's see how easy we can do this. There's a test summary, test issues and changes, test screens, test flow. This would be nice to just jump to a flow over details, edit test. So I guess this is here. I edit test should be like visible over here. Play test recording. Okay, let's take a look at the test recording. Okay, it takes screen caps and visibility. I can go full screen. I like this. What I don't like is it's not actually telling me what it's attempting to do over here. That's something that needs to be, some sort of connection. I am clicking on this. I'm navigating here. All it really did is that it went to the Best Buy home, and it's kind of mucking around over here. It clicked on something, think I saw it over here. Let's go see. That's where it jumps. So let's go back and see if we can see something that is visibly being navigated because we are clicking on something. I think it was Shop Now. Yeah, we clicked on Shop Now. So I kind of saw Shop Now if you didn't catch it. This is the button over here to click on the Shop Now. And then it hovered over it, so the color changed. And then the rest of it, it went, not really. Not really going to do what I want you to do, Polly. All right, fair enough. So if I go down to these three things over here, I can edit the test, which brings me back to the test, which is good. So click on Shop Now. We're going to try and click on the Best Buy link. That worked. Edit the test case in here. I guess I do have to go into the interactive browser over here. Now you can run from two different places. There's a run up here and there's a run over here. I think this is running internally on this side, and this is running in the actual cloud outside of this interactive browser that's working here. So let's see. We are going to tell it to run. So I'm going to click on Shop Now. There's Shop Now. Cool. And then we're going to click on the bestbuy.com image, which should bring us back to the first one. And it should say Shop Now again. Waiting for outgoing requests, executing, locating the element, performing the user action. Okay. So there's our Shop Now. It is back. And now we're going to get the text cart from over here to the right of store locator. So the word cart should come over here. We're going to clear this button over here. I think the clear button was not working. I think that's what failed. Yeah, it said it couldn't find the element. So there's a couple options you can do. You can edit the step, view the execution rows, result, run the next step. That's a soft assert. Or I can edit the test, edit the step. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go over here and delete it. Okay, so that thing is gone. And let's try this over here. Now this cart text, remember, it puts in cart. I like that. And there's something there that we can click. So what if I just go over here? It's what is that me? That's me scrolling. But it did say, oops, sorry, something unexpected happened, which is interesting. But we entered cart in there, and let's say, I don't think there's anything underneath there, but how about we click 2-pack, huh? But it seems okay. So we're going to go click that. So we just added, click on this 2-pack. Sounds good. Click the logo in the visit our support center. I think we're going to ditch that. Okay. Now we're going to go and verify. Let's see. So we already did this. We're going to go over here, verify that the image validation, which shows a validation of an AI validation that we can just say verify the page contains or shows some sort of item. Verify that the heading is visible. We're going to change this. Text. Two quotes. We'll just text. What does the text say? Finance options. Let's say if finance options exist. Finance options is visible. We'll hit that. It says, yeah. I can see it. We're going to ditch this one because we already have visually checked this screen. And we would need to rerun that because it hasn't run before. So we're going to say run and visually check this screen. The screen says, yeah, you're good. All right. So I'm going to start the test from the beginning. So we go to the main page, which is the home, and we go and click on Shop Now over here. So I could use a little bit more happier feedback, a little response time on that. Next is to click the bestbuy.com link, which was this one over here. Oh, look, we have a survey. We have an interesting, hold on. Can I pause this? Yes. This is saying we like take this survey. And what we're going to do here is, can I do an if? This is, oh, okay, cool. We'll say click no thanks if it exists. All right. So that's the no thanks. We're going to try and click there and see if we can hit it. And I'm not sure that this, well, it says verify no thanks is button. Oh, verify it is visible and click on the no thanks button. All right, so if it exists, let's see. Now, how long does it wait for that to appear? It's a good question. Probably under settings. And is it a validation? Because if it does not exist, so what happened here? I never press this and try rephrasing it. We'll have to take a look at that. We verify no, and we will click it. Can we set this to a variable? Response saying, hey, if it does exist, go click it. Because I can change the order of stuff. But we would need to take a look at what is going on to verify that. You know, we'll have a little follow-up on that. I do believe we can disable steps. Run until here, edit step, duplicate. That does not seem to be a option. That it's a like a comment or something. What if I do this? What does it do? Does it say, hey? Now it tries to interpret that. So I would love to have a comment in here. Test run settings. And settings will without plan. We have insert variable. Okay, cool. We're going to go and take that out. This value. Let's try. Let's continue running. Cancel. Wait. Okay, we don't want that to fail. So it was there, and we did click it. Now it's gone. I can't do that. Let's see. Run next steps. I guess we'll run next steps. Our text is cart. So it's basically saying, hey, there's supposed to be something in here. And I don't have it. So it types in cart. It will click on the ink. Verified text finance is visible. And visually check this screen. And it says, hey, the visuality of the screen, it looks good. I can adjust that. So I'm going to go give it one more run. So we do have the advanced one, which is a dynamic pop-up that is coming at kind of randomly. And if it's there, then it's an issue, I guess. Yep. We'll have to take a look at that. I think we'll put that into some notes. All right. Okay, that one we're going to have to delete. Click, we're going to delete. And we'll continue. And we're going to restart. Okay. So I'm not sure this is going to work. We're storing the cart link as cart text. So we can store a link. I'm not sure where that came from because I think that's the AI kind of kicking in there. All right, going to click the bestbuy.com link, which brings us back to the buy now. Now we're going to put in cart. We're going to go store the cart. The AI actually took it away because it was supposed to say, grab the text that's to the right of store locator, and the AI went and changed it. I'll have to go see when that occurred. Now we're going to enter cart in here. We're going to go click on the button. We want to verify that the information is there, the finance options. Finance options. I'm not sure if it actually did a click. Did it? I guess it is there. And then we visually check the whole thing. We're going to update and run and set that back over here. Let's go see if this works. And if so, we'll use that as our kind of our main our baseline for other tests to run with other tools. So we did identify at least one thing. There is a random pop-up that the automation framework should be able to take care of and handle. So that's going to be on my advanced side. I would love to see this. Test screens, test flow. So there's our flow. One of 8 steps. And each one takes the thing. This is another thing. It should go and automatically jump to that step. It shouldn't just sit there. But it is recording the video. So it goes and clicks on the Best Buy link. Okay, so it's saying, hey, by the way, it's telling you we don't automatically change this. There's a screenshot after each one of these clicks. Now, that's picking up the word cart. This is putting the word cart into the cart. That cart text is set to cart. Oh, and this changed because I assigned it a value. My bad. And cart text and cart text, well, a little different in there. Interesting. But visually this worked. And I'm wondering if this is running on all 4. We're going to check the visually of this screen. And we should go take a look at all 4. Still waiting for the whole thing, the flows to finish. There are 4 flows here, but I'm not exactly sure which one I'm actually looking at. My status is still running. Visually checking the screen. We have a test summary. 3 passed. That's good. And I got 4 passed. Awesome. It's still running. I'm not sure exactly what it's. Oh, the status is passed. Okay, I like that. So, yeah, 8 out of 10, I would say. That random pop-up module would need to be figured out how to do that. And the cart text and cart text does not seem to be a match. And the AI, I think, changed it on me. I'll have to go and change that. All in all, looks very good. Okay, so I didn't have a whole lot of people watching, but I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, you want me to replicate this, please let me know. If you are a test automation engineer and you're looking for a coded or codeless automation engineer, if you are a company looking for a test automation architect, project manager, I'm available, and just reach out. Send me a LinkedIn invite. You can find me on LinkedIn. Let's go find me on LinkedIn, shall we? Let's go find Polly on LinkedIn. Hopefully it doesn't. There's some stuff from Don Jackson. He's a really good guy. This is me over here, Paul Grossman, Dark Arts Wizard of Test Automation. And I think that pretty much takes care of it for today. I'm going to see if I can go find another tool later this afternoon. We'll do another live session. Again, this was Applitools Autonomous. And we're going to use this as the baseline for the rest of the tools. So we'll talk to you later. Again, thank you very much for watching, and cheers.